relationships that have shaped me, that challenged me. Probably the closest relationships, my family. I think my work gives meaning to. It makes me grow, change. It connects me to people.
There's so many things. First of all, my family. That's definitely a big part of what gives meaning to my life. I have incredible friends, and that's a real blessing. And I do not take that for granted. I try not to take any of these for granted.
John, I think, gives me the most meaning at the moment. I work as the president of Spalding University, and we have an amazing mission in the tradition of the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth that goes on from there. But I love the mission of meeting the needs of the times because it's a finish line we can never cross. And I'm not a sister and I'm not even Catholic, but that means a great deal to me.
Service to others gives meaning to my life. Being able to help someone who is either less fortunate or just even having a bad day really is what gives me a purpose to live. Just seeing that I'm making a difference or that I'm able to make someone smile or even let someone know that they're not alone in this world.
I feel most alive when I'm climbing mountains and, out in nature. And so that's where I feel most connected to some universal something.
When I am doing anything creative, music, playing the piano, singing, uh, writing poetry, I feel alive. I feel like I'm connecting with those who have transitioned on and I guess creating a way or an avenue for those coming behind me.
But it's really in relationships with. I just visited my daughter in North Carolina. That was a very alive moment. Being with friends, particularly with friends that I haven't seen in a long time, but I can get to Germany once a year and see those 30-year-old connections, and that feels most alive. And when I can be creative.
When I'm with other people, when I'm helping other people, the word rabbi means teacher, and I love to teach. Any opportunity to share about the Bible, history of our people, the kind of timeless messages that that I can help people relate to in the modern world. And when I'm helping other people, but also when I'm singing.
Ideas, um, interesting ideas, good ideas, challenging ideas. What inspires me are people's stories that challenge me to think differently or might set me on a path to try something new or to get involved.
My grandfather inspires me. Um, the older that I get, the closer I become to my grandfather. He was the first African American to play basketball for East Tennessee State University, and he has been sharing more and more of his struggles um, and things that he had to overcome. And I have no excuse to not try. Just hearing what he endured and how he sacrificed because he was thinking of there are other people coming behind me, and his life and his dedication and commitment inspire me to get out and do more every day.
I love the word inspire because it's from spire, which is to breathe. To breathe life into is to inspire something. And, being with students inspires me. Watching people struggle and try and eventually achieve, that inspires me. Um, yeah, there are thousands and thousands of things. That sense of, what brings joy, what brings life into you, and laughter. But I think it's mostly watching grit and watching the try and watching people succeed.
God inspires me every day. Just the privilege to wake up, open my eyes, and be able to see the world and be able to my body that can still, thank God, get up and do things and help other people and celebrate little joys, lunch with a friend or FaceTime with my grandson. And music is very inspirational for me. The fact that I feel like God sings through me. I feel like that is really a sacred gift that has been given me. It's still very inspirational for me, and when I lead services and sing, I know that people give me wonderful feedback about how inspiring it is for them. So I that's a gift that I love to share.
Early on, certainly family and family stories, and I remember every Sunday being on walks with the family, and that was a time when those stories got shared. That has my faith has shaped my identity, how I see myself and how I make myself known. Um, mainly relationships over the years, I think, um, have been influential for me.
It's probably family. I grew up with a brother who has intellectual disabilities. His name is Lamar, and the best of who I am comes from Lamar, and the worst of who I am comes from Lamar. And it's the struggles with culture and the struggles with church or the struggles with other things, making sense of it through that lens of trying to make the world a safer place for folks who don't fit in, has been a real powerful force in my life.
That life is a gift, and we should not take it for granted. It says in the scriptures, teach us to number our days that we might get a heart of wisdom. And I don't think that you have to be a rabbi to know that life is very precious and very precarious. Cherish every encounter, every moment, to try to appreciate every day and practice gratitude. There, there are a lot of blessings in Judaism, and if you keep saying those blessings or any blessings, or just keep your heart and your mind focused on gratitude, then um, I think it's not just so that you don't get all whiny, oh poor me, but it's really just to appreciate and thank God for our many blessings. And do we have all the blessings that we might want? Some of us do, some of us don't, but we all have the gift of life and hopefully sustenance. And so I think the most important lesson that I have learned is never take anything for granted, and just always thank God for your blessings. If you don't believe in God, just be grateful that you have those blessings.
What I have learned about life is that it has the right of way. um, and I think I learned it first when I had children, because until I had children, I thought I was pretty much in control. And it's pretty important to me to be in control. It is, and it still is. And I realized that life happens and it has the right of way, and I need to go with it.
I'm often asked what advice I would give to myself as a younger person, what advice I would give to young people, and it's always the same. It's do your homework. And for young people, I say, it's almost like cheating, because most people don't actually do their homework. So when you actually do your homework, you're ahead of 98% of the population. So that willingness to study, that willingness to learn your trade, learn your vocation, mastery is about practice. And so that willingness to just make the effort and put in the time.
One thing that my mother taught me, and she increasingly spoke more about it before she passed, was let them. I never understood it. If that would be one thing I could pass on to something I could pass on to others, it would be the concept of let them. People might mistreat you. People might have bad days. People might talk about you or conspire against you, but let them. Let people be who they are. But don't let who they are change you from who you are. Whatever people do, let them. But you stay humble, you stay positive, and you stay loving. But it would always be to let them. If they want to talk, let them. If they want to cry or scream out, let them. But don't let what they do change who you are or alter how you view yourself.